Top tier sources have confirmed that Leny Yoro is now open to joining Manchester United and is negotiating a contract with Manchester United. But could Real Madrid be set to put in a late minute bid as they fear Leny Yoro is Man United bound? The deal is close, but how close is it? You can't always beat Real Madrid. What's the latest on Branthwaite and Ligt? It's been confirmed United will look to sign two centre backs, Yoro, Branthwaite, Yoro, Ligt, or Branthwaite and Ligt. They want two of the three centre backs. What is the latest on the movements of those players? Are they going to put in another bid for Branthwaite? That has been heavily discussed. What is Man United's plan going forward with Ugarte, the midfield, the defence? Where is Manchester United at? Dan Ashworth Bargain deal. There was rumours and reports that Man United might have paid $8-9 million to get the Dan Ashworth deal done. Laurie Whitwell, the most credible source of the Athletic, is basically saying he cost us £3 million. What a bargain. What a bit of business from Ineos, as Newcastle originally wanted 20 million. Now, talking of money, McTominay, 30 million sale price has been slapped on him. Lots of clubs interested, and Greenwood deal is done. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your late night Manchester United transfer news roundup, where we round up all the latest transfer news that's come in the last few hours that is relevant in a 10-minute video for you guys. You're up to date with all the transfers. We're doing this pretty much every evening throughout the transfer window, unless there's just really not much going on. So do hit that like button, and of course subscribe if you're new. Now let's talk about Leny Yoro. So Laurie Whitwell, credible source, said that United's fee agreement with Lille for Leny Yoro is payment spread out over several years. We've agreed a £42 million deal with Lille with $10 million in potential add-ons that's spread out over many years. That has been accepted. That has been agreed with Lille. That is done. All that is needed for Leny Yoro to be a Manchester United player is him to agree personal terms to join Man United, a bit like Frankie de Jong. But unlike Frankie de Jong, as we covered in my live show earlier today, Leny Yoro is negotiating wages and a contract with United, something that Frankie de Jong didn't do. So there's excitement that Leny Yoro could be United bound. Now, what is the latest on that? Leny Yoro and his family, his mother and father, are all open to the player moving to Manchester United as of today. Yoro himself and his agent George Mendes, who wants Real Madrid, will make a final decision. So, Leny Yoro is very much more open to Man United than what was first believed, although, look, the dream is still Real Madrid. The dream is still Real Madrid, but that's not going to happen unless Real Madrid swoop in. And he is very open to joining United. It said that Leny Yoro is open to joining Manchester United from the Muppeteers. Now, the Muppeteers have been very credible with the information as of yet, and they are now saying that, yes, Leny Yoro is open to joining United. But here is the worry. Real Madrid will make a new offer for Leny Yoro. Now, the thing is, Real Madrid may make a new offer above their 19 million offer, but are they going to hit the £42 million price tag that Lille want? They may make an offer of 30 million. Lille won't accept that. They have to match United's offer. They have to make an offer that is worthy of Lille accepting, which is looking unlikely. But if Real Madrid do make an offer and Lille do accept it, I do think that Leny Yoro is a Real Madrid player. So what's interesting is it had been reported that Leny Yoro is in negotiations with Manchester United over a contract, as agents in negotiations. Something, the Leny Yoro de Jong situation, fee agreed with the club. It's about getting the player to agree, but de Jong never even bothered negotiating a contract with United. Leny Yoro is. Now, Jamie Jackson at British source, that's obviously been briefed by Man United, is confirming the news that Leny Yoro is in talks with United. He said Manchester United are negotiating personal terms with Leny Yoro's reps after having a £52 million offer accepted by Lille for the defender. And that's interesting because we're in negotiations with his reps over a contract, over a deal, which means personal terms could be well and truly agreed in the next day or two, which means the deal was done, here we go. But that gives Real Madrid 1 or 2 days to put in a last-minute bid. Now, what happens if we don't get Leny Yoro? Well, Jamie Jackson said this. Leny Yoro is the third centre-back Man United pursuing, along with Branthwaite and Ligt. Ideally, Ten Hag wants two of these, although to do this, one or both of Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire may go. Man United basically want Lindelof out, Varane out, and probably Branthwaite and Leny Yoro to replace them. If that doesn't happen, they'll go for Ligt, because Branthwaite and Leny Yoro are seen as less attainable than Ligt. All we've got to do to get Ligt is basically give Bayern the money they want, which is very cheap at £40 million. Ligt's already said, I want Man United. Branthwaite, £70 million. Leny Yoro doesn't want to come. But we want two of those three. And it is said there's an expectation that Lindelof will be sold. I covered this in my live show earlier today. There's an expectation Lindelof will be sold. United will push for Lindelof to be sold with 1 year left on his deal. And Lindelof himself wants more game time and is exploring moves away from United. His team has been heavily exploring that. So what else came in on the Yoro, Ligt, Branthwaite situation? It was said that Manchester United are trying to convince Leny Yoro to move to Old Trafford rather than wait for a transfer to Real Madrid to materialise. That's what's first thing that's been said. Man United are really pushing. Time is ticking. We've got a few days. It's getting close. He's now talking about wages with United. He's now open to joining United. It's, can we get this over the line, or Real Madrid going to make a new offer that Lille accept and hijack this deal? It's said that Madrid have thought to been Euro's preference at the start of the summer, but United have not given up hope of signing the independent and appear to be prioritising the deal at this stage. We were so close to getting De Ligt over the line, and that sort of stopped for a little bit, and that I think that is because we're focusing on Yoro, and I think to get Yoro and De Ligt, we'll need to sell one of our defenders, unless Bayern gives De Ligt on the cheap because they want to bring in Jonathan Tah. It was then said if Leny Yoro to Manchester United does not happen, United seem to be in a position to quickly accelerate for De Ligt. I think if Yoro picks Real Madrid, we'll just push for De Ligt and then later on in the window make a last-minute ditch for Branthwaite once we sold one of Maguire or Lindelof is what I think will happen if we don't get Yoro. It was said by the Telegraph that Manchester United would ideally like to sign a left-footed and natural right-footed player in central defence, but if a move for Branthwaite ends up being abandoned, it remains that they could both get Leny Yoro and De Ligt. So we may get Yoro and then pursue De Ligt if we can't get Branthwaite. If we don't get Yoro, it'll be De Ligt and Branthwaite. If we can get Branthwaite, or it could potentially be Yoro and Branthwaite, which I think is what United's dream is. But it's very obvious we want two defenders and we're pushing for Lindelof and Maguire to leave. Lindelof's exit is definitely likely. If Maguire stays, he'll be given a 1-year contract extension, so he doesn't walk for free next year. Maguire said it's more valuable than Lindelof. He is a better player. So what else has been said on Leny Yoro? I don't really know what this means, but this is the last bit of the Leny Yoro news that's coming tonight. There's so much other news on Leny Yoro, but I covered that in my live show earlier, so just check that out if you want to know the older Leny Yoro news. But it was said the big difference is that now Manchester United's offer is considered by Leny Yoro. Little hope for an outcome with the Red Devils' economic logic. So I don't really know what he means by that, but he said this right after reports coming in that Real Madrid are going to put in a new offer for Leny Yoro. He's saying Man United's offer is now being considered by Yoro. Maybe he's suggesting that Real Madrid may put in a new bid for Leny Yoro, but it might not be good enough. I don't know, that economically Man United's offer is going to be better than Real Madrid's. It's maybe what he's suggesting. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts. But what is Man United's plan going forward? So Mike Keegan said this: a central defender and midfielder are likely to follow Joshua Zirkzee, while extensive work to upgrade the club's training ground remains ongoing. Zirkzee's done. Yoro or De Ligt will probably be the next signing, and then probably Ugarte, depending on the Casemiro situation, who United are trying to offload. It was also said that United are weighing up whether to make a third and final offer for Branthwaite. I think we will make a third and final bid for Branthwaite, around £55 million, and then I think we'll say, look, we're walking away, and hope that Branthwaite pushes for the move. I think we're delaying it to see if Branthwaite himself pushes for the move. So, what is this Ashworth Bargain news I've been going on about? Well, Dan Ashworth from Newcastle to United. It was originally 20 million if we wanted to end the gardening leave. We got the gardening leave ended, and we were being told it was around £6-7 million. Newcastle sources were claiming it was £10 million, just so they feel better about it. But we were told it was sort of £6-7 million. Now the figures actually come out. And it was said that by Laurie Whitwell, who's so credible, he's like one of the most credible Man United sources, and I believe him over Pete Hall and all the other sources coming out saying it was £6-7 million for Ashworth. He's saying, I'm told that the conversation for him isn't too far away from what Newcastle paid to Brighton, which is around 2.5 million. The suggestion that Man United got Dan Ashworth for £3 million, which is really good business by Ineos, delaying that deal for Dan Ashworth, but getting him in just in time for the transfer window when the big important business starts, and getting that deal done and over the line for £3 million. So, what else has been done? So, Mason Greenwood to Marseille is essentially done. It's said that Mason Greenwood has said yes to Marseille. And that was said by Lazio sources who were hoping to hijack the deal. Olympique Marseille, according to David Ornstein, has reached an agreement with Mason Greenwood, and Greenwood must travel to France, undergoes medical, and put pen to paper before the proposed transfer can be considered complete. But we know that Man United have agreed a €27 million deal with Marseille, about £25 million, with a 50% sell-on clause. Now, Man United originally wanted £40 million for Greenwood, but they weren't going to get that due to controversy surrounding the deal. But they've settled for £25 million with a 40-50% sell-on clause, because let's say we get £25 million for Greenwood, but they sell him for £60 million in 2 years, then in total we'll get £55 million for Greenwood, and that's a decent amount of money. So Greenwood is gone. Guys, please do hit that like button, and of course subscribe down below if you're new, as we get into the final story, which is on Scott McTominay. It was said that Manchester United rejected an offer from Fulham for Scott McTominay earlier this summer. McTominay's interest to a number of clubs, but no one has yet met United's valuation of 30 million. Turkish clubs are looking at him. West Ham may renew interest. Newcastle may renew interest, but Fulham have been the most interested, particularly after losing Palhinha, even though different kind of players. Man United value McTominay at 30 million. I think that's a very good price. He's a Premier League player. that has proven that score goals off the back of a good season. He's a decent player. Not good enough to start for United. I want him sold. I guess that he's got 1 year left on his deal, so we can't get crazy money for him. But Man United are more than happy to keep this guy. I think we should be able to get 30 million from McTominay. When you see Elliot Anderson going for 35 million, yes, McTominay's older, but if you look at McTominay and actually he's off the back of a decent season, counts as homegrown. When you look at what the money players are going for, Kilman 40 million. I generally think we can get 30 million pounds from McTominay. I think that's a fair offer. I think you could almost push for 40 million, but I think because he's got 1 year left on his deal, they're going to stop it at around 30 million. But guys, that is your Manchester United news roundup. Please do hit that like button and of course subscribe down below on the way out. So much news coming on the Manchester United at the moment, so I will try and cover as many stories as possible. Big up everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching. Bye.